Good morning. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu pledges commitment to formulate policies to make Lagos State hub of responsible gaming. Federal government signs contract component to get sustainable funding for Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project. On the foreign scene, Chile declares state of emergency as power outage plunges country into darkness. In sport, Nigeria's Quadri Aruna eases into second round of 2025 International Table Tennis Federation Africa Cup tournament. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State's Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has pledged his administration's commitment to formulating policies that will make the state Africa's hub of responsible gaming. Governor Sanwo-Olu gave this assurance at the Africa Gaming Expo 2025 in Victoria Island. He said the state would be deeply involved in conversations on gaming, fintech, and the use of artificial intelligence in the creative economy. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who described the future of gaming as dynamic, noted that a borderless creative economy is responsible with the right people thinking through the process.
To enjoy this African Gaming Expo 2025, we are going to explore the vast opportunities in Lagos and to let us pioneer the next frontier of gaming, fintech, and creative economy setup. We want to thank you. We want to say that indeed Lagos is happy that you find the time and space to join us here again. Please explore the opportunity, the tourism potential, the hospitality of Lagos. Lagos Beach Region.
Governor Sanwo-Olu urged participants at the expo to tap into the world gaming through the use of artificial intelligence for fraud detection, personalized gaming experiences, responsible gaming initiatives, and financial security. Participants from various African countries are taking part in the Gaming Expo. The Lagos State Electrification Agency, LSEA, has hosted a stakeholders town hall meeting on solar infrastructure security in 172 schools with the theme Protecting Government-Owned Asset. The event, held at the Education Resources Center, Ojodu, brought together key stakeholders including government officials, school administrators, school principals, and the Tutor Generals of Basic Education to discuss sustainable measures for securing solar infrastructure in Lagos State schools. In his keynote address, Commissioner for Basic Education Jamiu Ali Balogun emphasized the importance of fostering strong relationships with local communities to protect government investment. Ali Balogun advocated for community policing as a critical strategy to safeguard solar infrastructure in schools, stressing that collaboration between the government, schools, and residents would help create a safe and conducive learning environment for students. General Manager of LSEA, K.A.T. Balogun, reiterated the state's government commitment to improving the education sector through strategic investment. Balogun, who was represented by a director in the agency, Adetokunbo Ladiga, emphasized that significant resources have been allocated to deploying solar infrastructure across 172 schools, and ensuring their security is essential for sustaining quality education. Lagos State's government has sought the buy-in of residents in the quest to achieve environmental sustainability as officials embark on one-on-one sanitation advocacy to selected locations. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources Tokunbo Wahab led state officials to inspect many locations, and Uyimbo Market, with its extension, gave the traders who displayed wares on the median and walkways of the newly constructed drainage channels 48 hours to move away. Wahab said illegal trading activities have virtually blocked the newly constructed drainage system, saying the contingency plan in place is to enforce if the carrot dangling approach fails. The controller of the Oyo Customs Area Command, Joseph Adelaja, has reiterated the importance of collaboration in tackling smuggling at border stations, emphasizing that intelligence sharing and synergy among agencies are key to effective enforcement. Adelaja stated this when a delegation from the Nigeria Customs Liaison Office, Cotonou, Benin Republic, paid a courtesy visit to the command operational headquarters in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. He acknowledged the significance of the liaison office in strengthening cross-border relations, stressing that the visit aligns with the policy thrust of the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, which is anchored on collaboration, consolidation, and innovation. Adelaja assured the delegation of the command full support in facilitating their duties and encouraged them to extend similar cooperation by enhancing intelligence sharing. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government and the contractor handling the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway have signed an engineering, procurement, construction and financing agreement for the project. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Olufunso Adebiyi, signed on behalf of the government, while the Managing Director of the firm, Danny Abode, signed for his company in Abuja. The pact will enable the construction firm to source 20% of the funds required to complete the highway, which will be tolled upon completion. It will, through tolling, recoup its investment on the 700-kilometer road, which runs from Victoria Island in Lagos to Calabar in a cross-river state. The government is providing 30% of the total sum. Minister of Works David Umahi, in a statement by his media aide Uchenna Oji, said the move aligned with the government roadmap for sustainable funding of key legacy projects aimed at driving economic growth. The House of Representatives has called on the federal government to exempt persons living with disabilities from paying taxes, given their struggle to earn a living in Nigeria. Chairman House Committee on Disability Matters, Bashiru Dawodu, made the call in Abuja during the signing of a memorandum of understanding by PWDs and a non-governmental organization, PWD's Potential Unhinged Project. While declaring the committee's support for the tax bills, Dawodu highlighted loopholes in the draft bills, particularly the absence of tax credit and waivers for companies manufacturing equipment used by persons with disabilities. He also advocated scholarships for teachers involved in special education and the establishment of a disability trust fund to support PWDs. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Olufemi Oluyede, has reaffirmed the Nigerian Army's commitment to eradicating terrorism, vowing that terrorists will find no refuge in the country until they are completely neutralized. Oluyede made this declaration during his visit to the 35 Artillery Brigade, Alamala, Abeokuta, where he met with officers and troops of the command. Addressing the personnel, the Army Chief emphasized that the military was refining its strategies to ensure more effective counter-terrorism operations, particularly in the northeast, where insurgents have posed significant security challenges. He highlighted the Army's recent successes in neutralizing a significant number of terrorists and bandits, noting that ongoing operations have made it increasingly difficult for criminal elements to operate. Oluyede also stressed the importance of soldiers' welfare, stating that the Army is prioritizing their well-being to ensure they remain motivated and effective in their duties. In foreign news now, Chile's government has enacted a state of emergency after a huge power outage left millions in the South American country without electricity and plunged the capital Santiago into darkness. Interior Minister Carolina Toja ruled out sabotage, saying Tuesday's widespread blackout, the country's largest in years, was caused by a high voltage transmission line failure in Chile's north. Speaking in a late night television address to the nation, Chilean President Gabriel Boric said 8 million homes had been affected by the outage, which he blamed on private firms. Chile's National Disaster Response Service, SINAPRED, said 14 of the country's 16 regions were affected. In sport now, 5-time men's single champion Quadri Aruno showcased the flawless performance on the opening day of the 2025 ITTF Africa Cup, advancing to the knockout stage of the tournament with easy wins against Tunisia's Maishol Sabi and Benin Republic's Abdel Kader Salifo. Aruno dominated his preliminary matches, securing convincing 3-0 victories in both matches. Nigeria's Olajide Omotayo also secured his spot in the knockout round. Over 50 players, comprising 29 men and 21 women from Algeria, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Congo GR, Congo Brazzaville, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Ghana, Egypt, Madagascar, Morocco, Nigeria, South Africa, Tunisia, and Zambia are participating in the 3-day tournament hosted by Tunisia. This event also serves as a qualifier for the ITTF World Cup, with semi-finalists in the men's and women's event securing their ticket to the global tournament in China. And that's it on the news at 10. But just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration rescued 48,000 households from poverty through various social intervention programs, under which women got cash transfers and acquired skills? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has pledged his administration's commitment to formulating policies that will make the state Africa's hub of responsible gaming. The federal government and the contractor handling the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway have signed an engineering, procurement, construction, and financing agreement for the project. We also told you that Chile's government has enacted a state of emergency after a huge power outage left millions in the South American country without electricity and plunged the capital, Santiago, into darkness. And finally, in sport, 5-time men's singles champion Quadri Aruno showcased a flawless performance on the opening day of the 2025 ITTF Africa Cup, advancing to the knockout stage of the tournament with easy wins against Tunisia's Maishol Sabi and Benin Republic's Abdel Kader Salifo. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good morning.